Strawberry Matcha Latte. You know the real Sydney. The strawberry matcha latte is everywhere right now. It's gorgeous, it's trending, and let's be honest, it costs a bomb. We're talking about $10, $12, or maybe more for each. Today, we're not just saving money, we're making a better, fresher, cafe-quality latte using these stunning strawberries grown right here at home. If you want a secret to rich, non-bitter matcha and that perfect layer look, today I'm going to show you how to make this homemade green tea latte with fresh strawberries. Using strawberries I picked right from my garden this morning. You never go back to store-bought once you try this refreshing cafe-style drink made completely from scratch right here at home. Let's start by unboxing my beautiful Japanese green tea set. This is one of my favorite parts. Here's the chawan or tea bowl. It's white and shallow, perfect for whisking matcha evenly. This is the special Japanese holder for a bamboo whisk called a chasen-nashi, or sometimes we call it kusenashi, kusenowashi, which means whisk restorer. And this is delicate bamboo whisk, the chasen. It's a secret to the smooth frothy finish. No clumps, just silky green perfection. It's designed to hold the whisk upright to help its tines dry properly, maintain their original shape, and prevent mold. Next accessories is the fine sheet and also little wooden scoop called a chashuku. Helps measure matcha precisely. Well, I also have this modern helper, a USB handheld frother. Perfect for frothing milk if you don't have a steam one. First, let's soak in our bamboo whisk in hot water before use. Soften the bamboo tines, making them more flexible to prevent breakage and helping them open up into their full shape. Alright, let's create our rich strawberry puree. Before we assemble our matcha masterpiece, we need a perfect foundation. That runny, weak syrup you get at some cafes. We're avoiding that. We're making a thick, intensively flavored strawberry puree that's going to hold its own against the matcha. You will need precisely 280 grams of fresh whole strawberries. I'm pairing this with 150 grams of granulated custard sugar. Mix them directly into a small saucepan. And of course, all this strawberry puree you can keep into the fridge and last for quite long and make a lot of strawberry matcha latte. Turn your heat to medium-low. We're going to let this stir sit for about 10 minutes. The sugar and heat will draw out the natural juices from the fruit. This is called maceration. You should see a vibrant red syrup starting to form. Once it's calm to a light simmer, stir constantly. We want to cook this down for about 15 to 20 minutes. As the liquid reduces, the sugars caramelize slightly, concentrating that fresh strawberry flavor. We're looking for the berries to break down, but still have some visible chunks that give the latte texture. After about 20 minutes, turn off the heat. When you drag your spoon across the bottom of the pot, the puree should hold its shape for a second before the liquid flows back. That's how you know it's thick enough. Crucially, this puree must be completely cool before it goes into our iced latte. Hot puree will instantly melt the ice and ruin your layers. Transfer it to a jar and chill it in the fridge while you prepare your matcha. This puree keeps beautifully for up to few weeks. With our vibrant thick strawberry base ready, it's time to move on our perfect matcha preparation. Alright, let's making the matcha base. I'm using 8 grams of premium matcha powder today. Quality matters here. Good matcha gives you that vibrant green color and smooth, earthy flavor. Then add 40 grams of hot water, not boiling water, just around 80 Celsius. Remember, hot, not boiling. Boiling water kills the delicate flavor. Now the famous W motion with the whisk, fast, rhythmic, and aggressive. We are incorporating air to create a smooth, velvety paste, not stirring it into a soup. This step is why your homemade matcha is about to taste superior to the rushed Sydney cup. But sometimes I will always go back to the circular motions. That is a natural tendency when you do the whisking, isn't it? Need to keep reminding myself it's W motion, not circular. Now let's work on the milk. I'm using full cream milk today for a rich velvety texture. You can use oat or almond milk if you prefer. Warm up the milk. You can use the stove to warm up the milk, or you can use microwave to warm up the milk. Whisk it until it's beautifully frothy. We want the cafe-style foam, isn't it? Remember, the key of the milk is temperature. It needs to be warm, not scalding hot. Around 60 degrees Celsius is perfect. Too cold and it won't froth. Too hot and it scalds and the sugar and loses the sweetness. You don't need a massive steam one. This little guy, the handheld frother using USB, is powerful enough for a single serving. Start by placing the whisk head just below the surface of the milk. Turn it on high with initially incorporating air, and you will hear the slightly hiss sound. Do this for about 15 seconds, creating those initial larger bubbles and smooth. Now for the silky texture, plunge the whisk fully beneath the milk surface. Slowly move the frother up and down, keeping it centered. This movement breaks those large bubbles into tiny microfoam. Now for the most satisfying part, assembling our green tea strawberry latte. Start with a few spoonfuls of our homemade strawberry puree. This gives us the lovely pink base. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you won't miss out any upcoming recipe. Now go back to our second step. Add a few ice cubes. Pour in our frothy milk gently. Or you can do your latte art if you would like. Finally, strain the whisk matcha over the milk. Look at that! Green meaning pink, pure magic in a glass. It's memorizing, isn't it? Almost too pretty to drink. Green tea matcha strawberry latte. Look at these beautiful 3 layers. Oh wow, let's have a sip. It starts with a chill, a crisp, refreshing cold that hits the back of my throat. But wait, as the layers combine, you will feel the velvety texture of the creamy milk coating your tongue. You're not just tasting a drink, you're experiencing a gentle cool wave. Let me taste that again. What's the flavor, Johnny? Well, it's perfect, yin and yang. The initial base is all sweet and juicy summer organic strawberry, bright and nostalgic. Then the earthy, slightly bitter whisper of the green tea emerges, cutting through the sweetness with a sophisticated rounding note. The finish is pure harmony, a clean, milky sweetness leave you wanting another sip and another one. Until it's gone. Cheers! The earthy bitterness of matcha meets the sweet tanginess of strawberries. Perfectly balanced. Here's recap my strawberry matcha latte recipes. Or you can go to hankery.com for print out recipe. If you are a matcha lover, don't forget to check out my next recipe, which is no-bake matcha green tea cheesecake with a creamy, luscious texture and the perfect balance of matcha flavor. If you love green tea, this is your next must-try recipe. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Hankery, and share this recipe with your fellow tea lovers. From my garden to your kitchen, let's keep creating, sipping, and enjoying the beauty of homemade food. Goodbye!